We have Mr. San Diego State over here, Jeff Schemmel, the athletic director, talking about all things Aztecs. Good morning. Go Aztecs.
Good morning, Dan.
How
Go
are you?
Aztecs.
Hey, you know what? You're smiling this morning because the women came off a huge victory last night.
They really did. Went to BYU, a very tough place to win, one place we hadn't won in a long time, I think, and went in there and dominated, really, BYU last night, led by...
And that's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not, and BYU's not an easy program. They're very good.
They always are. Yeah.
And we went in there last night and really dominated, led by 20 or more in the second half, and ended up winning by 12, which was a huge win for us because of the standings. We're now alone in second and one game behind Utah, who we beat last week.
Right.
And sets up the finish for us. We've got two big games on the road left at Colorado State and UNLV, and then one huge home game against TCU, which we hope the fans will come out and watch San Diego State women's basketball. They're awfully good. They are.
It's nice to support the winning team here in town. March Madness is almost upon us, isn't it? And we're going to be host to some really exciting games.
We are. As we've talked about before, the women are hosting. We're hosting at San Diego State the women's first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament. And
yeah.
As well as our women's team is playing, we're sure hoping that they're hosting and that they're playing. Every win that they have, I think, solidifies that position. And I think if we had to do it today, we'd be pretty sure we'd be in there. So it's really, really important that we finish strong as our women's team does, and we'll be playing in that tournament here in San Diego.
We'll go Aztecs on that. And then this weekend we have a big baseball tournament coming up.
We do. San Diego State men start tonight, actually. We play Nevada at Tony Gwynn Stadium tonight, and then through the weekend, several teams that are in town. Actually, what happens is those Midwest and northern schools come and they make the rounds here in Southern California. So they'll play us, they'll play USD, they'll go up to LA and play Southern Cal and UCLA. So it's kind of fun to have that Tony Gwynn Stadium and be able to host 4 games over the weekend. It's a lot of fun.
That's cool. And then all those other teams from the Midwest go, after they go to San Diego and all these places, they go, what are we doing in Michigan? Why are we living in Minnesota? I mean, seriously.
They love to come here.
They love coming here.
Having been there and love to come here, I know how that is.
Yes, you are Mr. Minnesota, for sure. All right, we're going to end it by talking about what is affecting pretty much everybody these days, and that is money. And as the money trickles down from the state of California to San Diego State, it's less and less, and you guys are basically pinching pennies and trying to do what you can.
Well, we are. We all share in that at San Diego State. We're all having to make cuts, all the departments at San Diego State. And I think there's, especially mid-year, things that we try to do to adjust ourselves. We've curtailed travel for people. We're busing a lot more places that we might have flown in the past. Doing all the little things that you think are little bits and pieces of money, but they do add up. And so we've got to just really, really be conscious of tightening our belts whenever we can and wherever we can. And then I think the number 2 thing, Dan, is we need to, as tough as it is right now with this economy, we need to raise money. And that's really going to be a critical thing for us to get us through what is clearly a budget crisis in California over the next several years.
Yeah, it could be. You're talking about the foundation, of course, and donations and things coming through. You had a big fundraiser last week. How'd that go?
We did. In fact, thanks for hosting your show out at Cox Arena last week.
Yeah.
It was fun to have Dave out there. We had a great night. A night with the Aztecs. I think our gross numbers are about 150,000, and that in this economy, Dan, we were just incredibly pleased with the number of people that came out and the money that was spent. That goes directly to our student athletes, their scholarships. So
well,
it was a great night.
Thank you to the boosters.
Thank you to everyone
to all
that
those
was there.
Supporters in the foundation, for sure. And I just wanted to ask a final question. How much did the Tiger Woods flag go for?
The Tiger Woods flag went for like $6,000.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
An incredible... those of you who saw it last week on television, it was really neat. And of course now he played and won yesterday. He's back.
He is back. I know. It's great to see him back. It's great to see you too, Jeff Schemmel, athletic director, San Diego State Aztecs.
Thanks, Dan.